If you've ever spent an hour hunting for sources for a paper and ended up with 3 questionable blog posts and 1 actual study, this video is for you. I'm covering 3 AI research tools that make finding credible academic sources dramatically faster. And I want to be upfront right from the start. None of them write your paper for you. This is video 4 of the AI for Students series. Finding credible academic sources used to take me hours of scrolling through Google results that were mostly ads and content farms dressed up to look authoritative. These 3 tools cut that down to minutes. And I want to say this clearly before we go any further. None of them write your argument for you. They find and summarize existing research. The actual thinking, the actual argument, the actual writing still has to be yours. Keep that in mind as we go through each one. Quick context before the tools themselves, because this explains why this problem exists in the first place. Regular search engines are optimized to show you what's popular and clickable, not what's rigorous or peer-reviewed. That means a well-written blog post with 0 scientific backing can actually outrank an authentic peer-reviewed study, purely because that blog post is better at search engine optimization than the study's academic publisher is. For academic writing specifically, that's a genuine problem. Your professor expects citations from credible, ideally peer-reviewed sources. Normal search buries those real sources under an avalanche of content that was never built with academic rigor in mind. It was built to rank well and get clicks. The 3 tools in this video exist specifically to fix that mismatch. First tool, Consensus. This is a search engine built specifically for scientific papers, not general web content. Here's how it actually works. You type in a research question, something like, does caffeine improve memory retention? And instead of getting random web pages competing for your click, you get a list of actual peer-reviewed studies, each one summarized in plain language you can actually understand without a PhD. This is especially useful early in the research process, when you're still getting the lay of the land on a topic before you've committed to a specific argument or thesis. But here's the feature that actually makes Consensus stand out: the consensus meter. For that same caffeine and memory question, it shows you, visually, at a glance, what percentage of the available research agrees, what percentage disagrees, and what percentage is genuinely mixed on the topic. This is incredibly useful for building an actual argument, because you can immediately see whether you're about to cite the scientific mainstream, or whether you've stumbled onto a single outlier study that doesn't represent the broader research consensus at all. That distinction matters enormously for how confidently you can state a claim in your paper. And most students have no easy way to check this without a tool like this doing it for them. Second tool, Elicit. This one's built for a slightly different job than Consensus, comparing multiple studies side by side instead of finding a single answer to one question. Say you're writing a paper and you've already found 5 papers that seem relevant. You can feed all 5 into Elicit, and it extracts the key findings, the sample sizes, and the methods from each one, and organizes all of it into a single, clean comparison table. This is especially huge for literature review specifically, where the whole point of the assignment is synthesizing what multiple studies found, not just summarizing one paper at a time in isolation. Let me show you exactly what that output looks like, because it's genuinely one of the most useful single features across all 3 of these tools. Instead of manually reading and cross-referencing 5 separate PDFs, which, let's be honest, realistically takes most students an entire afternoon, you get an organized table like this in under a minute. Study name, sample size, key finding, all lined up so you can compare them at a glance. Now, important caveat here. You still read the actual papers afterward to verify the details. This table doesn't replace reading. It tells you which of your 5 papers are actually worth spending your limited reading time on, and which ones you can safely skip or deprioritize. Third tool, Perplexity. This one's an AI search engine with one specific feature that makes it trustworthy for academic use. Every single claim in its answer comes with a clickable citation attached to it. Instead of a normal AI chat response, where you're basically just trusting that the AI got it right, you can verify every individual sentence against its actual source material. If a claim doesn't have a solid citation behind it, that's an immediate red flag that you shouldn't be citing it in your own paper either. I use this one specifically for building a bibliography fast. getting a starting reference list assembled in minutes instead of burning an entire afternoon hunting sources down one at a time. Here's the exact process I use with Perplexity, and I want to walk through all 4 steps, because skipping the last 2 steps is where people get into trouble. Step 1, ask your actual research question. You'll get an answer back with somewhere around 5 or 6 cited sources attached to it. Step 2, click through each one of those citations individually. Don't just read the AI's summary and move on. Open the real original source. Step 3, confirm that source is actually legitimate and that it genuinely says what the AI's summary claimed it says. This step catches the rare cases where the summary drifted slightly from what the source actually says. Step 4. Once you've verified everything, build your reference list from the sources that actually checked out. That's a real defensible starting bibliography in minutes, not an entire afternoon. So, quickly, here's how I'd break down when to reach for each one of these 3. Consensus, for gauging the overall scientific agreement on a topic, especially early on before you've committed to a specific argument or position. Elicit, for comparing multiple papers side by side, which is exactly what a literature review actually requires you to do. And perplexity, for fast-cited research summaries, when your priority is building a solid, verifiable bibliography quickly. You don't necessarily need all 3 for every single paper. Pick whichever matches the actual stage of research you're in. And now, genuinely the most important part of this entire video, so I want to say it clearly and directly. Use these tools to find research, never to write your argument. These 3 tools are built specifically to help you find and organize existing research faster. None of them should be used to generate your actual thesis, your argument, or your written analysis, and then have that submitted as if it were your own original work. That's a completely different use case from what we've covered in this video, and it's exactly the kind of use that academic integrity policies exist specifically to catch. The real value here is entirely concentrated in the research phase, cutting down the hours you'd otherwise spend hunting for and organizing credible sources, so that you have more time and more mental energy left over for the part of the assignment that actually has to be yours, building the argument and doing the actual writing. Let's bring it all together. Consensus, for gauging scientific agreement on a topic. Elicit, for comparing multiple papers side by side. Perplexity, for fast, cited research summaries you can actually verify yourself. And underneath all 3 of those, one rule that doesn't change. Find the research. Don't let AI write the argument for you. All 3 links are in the description below, ready to click through right now. Try one of these 3 on your next paper and let me know in the comments which subject you're actually researching right now. I'm genuinely curious what people are working on. This is actually the second to last video in this series. Coming up next, the final one, is the honest truth about AI detectors. Why they get things wrong far more often than most people realize, and exactly how to protect yourself if you're ever falsely accused of using AI when you didn't. If that sounds useful, subscribe so you catch it, and I'll see you in the next one.